Room 1501, the National Hotel, Miami Beach. FBI special agents approach the door. They've been tracking their target for months. What they don't know yet is that the man inside this room has betrayed them in ways they can't imagine. Inside, 27-year-old Albert Gonzalez is surrounded by laptop computers, encrypted hard drives, and drugs, crack cocaine and Percocet scattered across the nightstand. He knows they're coming. He's been preparing for this moment. At 9:47 a.m., agents breach the door. Gonzalez doesn't resist. Within minutes, he's in handcuffs. The laptops are seized. The evidence is overwhelming. But here's what makes this arrest extraordinary. Albert Gonzalez isn't just a hacker. He's a Secret Service informant. For the past 5 years, he's been working for the United States government, helping them catch cybercriminals. And during those same 5 years, while on the government payroll, while meeting with his handlers, while collecting his informant fees, he's been committing the largest series of data breaches in American history. This is the story of the ultimate betrayal. The hacker who worked for the FBI and still pulled off the biggest credit card theft in history. Albert Gonzalez was born in 1981 in Havana, Cuba. His family immigrated to the United States when he was young, settling in Miami, Florida. His parents worked hard to provide for him, his father as a salesman, his mother as a real estate agent. By 1993, at age 12, Gonzalez received his first computer. While other kids in his neighborhood played baseball and hung out at the mall, Albert was teaching himself to code. By 14, he wasn't just programming, he was hacking. Albert had what we call an intuitive understanding of systems. He could look at code and see vulnerabilities that trained professionals would miss. By his mid-teens, he was already operating at a sophisticated level. At 19, Gonzalez moves to Kearney, New Jersey, ostensibly to study computer science. But his real education is happening online, in the shadowy corners of the internet where cybercriminals gather. He adopts the screen name Soup Nazi, a reference to a Seinfeld character. On underground forums, he's becoming known for his technical skills and his willingness to push boundaries. By 2002, at age 21, Gonzalez has found his tribe, Shadow Crew, one of the internet's most notorious criminal marketplaces. The forum operates on encrypted channels, accessible only to vetted members. Shadow Crew is a one-stop shop for identity theft. Members buy and sell stolen credit card numbers, fake IDs, social security numbers, and hacking tools. Transactions are conducted in cryptocurrency and through anonymous payment systems. Shadow Crew was sophisticated. They had moderators, reputation systems, even customer service. You could buy 100 credit card numbers with a money-back guarantee if they didn't work. It was organized crime, digitized. Gonzalez quickly rises through Shadow Crew's ranks. He's not just buying and selling data, he's actively hacking into systems to steal it himself. By early 2003, he's one of the forum's most prolific and trusted members. July 23, 2003, the Marriott Hotel, Lower Manhattan. Gonzalez has traveled from Miami to meet with fellow Shadow Crew members. They're here to exchange stolen data and discuss new hacking techniques. What Gonzalez doesn't know: the FBI has infiltrated Shadow Crew. They've been monitoring communications for months. They know who's attending this meeting. They're watching from across the street. At 6:15 p.m., as Gonzalez exits the hotel with 2 associates, FBI agents move in. He's surrounded, handcuffed, and placed in the back of an unmarked vehicle. In his backpack, 3 laptops, multiple USB drives, and notebooks filled with credit card numbers. Gonzalez is 22 years old. He's charged with conspiracy to commit access device fraud, conspiracy to commit identity theft, and unauthorized access to computer systems. His bail is set at $250,000. His life, seemingly, is over. But within 48 hours of his arrest, Albert Gonzalez makes a phone call, and that phone call changes everything. July 25th, 2003, a meeting room in the Federal Detention Center, Manhattan. Across the table from Gonzalez, FBI agents and Secret Service investigators. Gonzalez has requested this meeting. He has a proposition. Gonzalez doesn't just offer to testify against a few associates. He offers to help take down the entire Shadow Crew operation. He knows the administrators, the major players, the forum's technical infrastructure. He knows everything. The intelligence Gonzalez offered was gold. Shadow Crew was our #1 target in cybercrime at that time. The FBI have been trying to penetrate it for years, and here was a top-tier member offering to work with us. It was too valuable to pass up. By August 2003, the deal is finalized. Gonzalez pleads guilty to reduced charges. He's released on bail and placed into the Secret Service's confidential informant program. His handler? Special Agent James Crowell of the Secret Service's New York Electronic Crimes Task Force. For the next 15 months, Gonzalez reports regularly to his Secret Service handlers. He provides detailed intelligence on Shadow Crew's operations. He identifies key members. He explains how the stolen data pipeline works from initial breach to final sale. Gonzalez is paid approximately $75,000 over the course of his cooperation, a combination of monthly stipends and bonuses for valuable intelligence. He's required to check in weekly. He's told to cease all criminal activity. On paper, Gonzalez was a model informant. He showed up to meetings. He provided actionable intelligence. He helped agents understand technical concepts they struggled with. From the outside, it looked like a success story, a hacker who'd seen the light. October 26th, 2004, 8 a.m. In a coordinated operation spanning 3 continents, the Secret Service executes Operation Firewall. Simultaneously in California, Florida, New Jersey, Arizona, Connecticut, Illinois, Nevada, Texas, and internationally in Poland, Bulgaria, Sweden, Netherlands, Ukraine, and Belarus, agents move in. Within hours, 21 members of Shadow Crew are in custody. The forum's servers are seized. Its infrastructure is dismantled. For federal law enforcement, it's a massive victory. At a press conference in Washington, D.C., Secret Service Director Ralph Basham announces the operation's success. Behind the scenes, Secret Service agents congratulate each other. Their informant, Albert Gonzalez, has delivered. His cooperation has been invaluable. He's considered a trusted asset. But what the Secret Service doesn't know, what they won't discover for nearly 4 more years, is that while Gonzalez was helping them shut down Shadow Crew, he was also assembling his own crew. A more sophisticated crew, a more ambitious crew. And he was about to execute the biggest cybercrime spree in history. December 2004, Miami, Florida. With Shadow Crew shut down and his cooperation agreement still active, Gonzalez should be lying low. Instead, he's recruiting. He assembles a team. Patrick Toey, a hacker from Miami, Christopher Scott, a tech specialist, and international partners in Russia, Ukraine, Estonia, and China, including 2 Ukrainian hackers using the aliases Damon and Maxik. Gonzalez was strategic. He recruited people with complementary skills. Some were good at finding vulnerabilities. Others were experts at covering tracks. Some handled the money laundering. It was a professional operation. Their weapon? SQL injection. It's a hacking technique that exploits vulnerabilities in database-driven websites. Here's how it works. A retail website has a search box. Normally, you type in shoes, and the website searches its database for shoes. But what if instead of typing shoes, you type malicious code? If the website isn't properly secured, that code gets executed by the database, and suddenly, you're not searching for shoes, you're accessing everything. Customer names, addresses, credit card numbers, everything. SQL injection isn't even sophisticated. It's one of the most basic vulnerabilities in web security. The problem was, in 2005, most major retailers weren't properly protecting against it. Their focus was on sales, not security. July 2005. A Marshall's department store in Miami. Gonzalez and his team pull into the parking lot with their laptops. They're not here to shop. TJX Companies, the parent company of TJ Maxx, Marshalls, and Home Goods, has wireless networks in their stores for inventory management. The networks are supposed to be encrypted. They're not. Sitting in their car, Gonzalez's team accesses the wireless network. From there, they penetrate TJX's central computer systems. Within hours, they've installed sniffer programs, malware that captures credit card data as it's being processed. For the next 18 months, every time a customer swipes a credit card at any TJ Maxx, Marshalls, or Home Goods in the United States, that data flows through Gonzalez's malware. Card number, expiration date, security code, everything. TJX is just the beginning. Between 2006 and 2007, while still checking in with his Secret Service handlers, Gonzalez hits target after target. BJ's Wholesale Club, September 2005, 2.2 million cards. Office Max, December 2005, 350,000 cards. Boston Market, January 2006, 460,000 cards. Barnes & Noble, September 2006, 1.8 million cards. Sports Authority, February 2007, 2.4 million cards. Forever 21, March 2007, 720,000 cards. Dave & Buster's, May 2007, 890,000 cards. Same technique, different targets. And each time, the stolen data is sold on underground forums for $10 to $50 per card number, depending on the card's credit limit and available information. But Gonzalez's biggest target is yet to come. May 2008. Heartland Payment Systems, based in Princeton, New Jersey. Heartland isn't a retailer, it's a payment processor. It handles credit card transactions for over 250,000 businesses nationwide, restaurants, hotels, retail stores. If you've swiped your card at a small business in America in 2008, there's a good chance Heartland processed that transaction. Using SQL injection, Gonzalez's team penetrates Heartland's network. They install sniffer malware at the core of the payment processing system. For months, they operate undetected. In total, between 2005 and 2008, Albert Gonzalez and his team steal approximately 170 million credit and debit card numbers from 11 major corporations. And what is Gonzalez doing with his millions? He's not hiding. He's celebrating. He moves into a luxury apartment in Miami Beach. Rent? $11,000 per month. He leases a 2006 BMW 330i. He wears a $50,000 Rolex watch, a $30,000 Bulgari watch. He throws parties spending $75,000 in a single night. In 2007, he books a $50,000 per month suite at the Satai Hotel in Miami Beach. He pays cash. And in perhaps the most brazen move, he buries $1.1 million in cash in his parents' backyard in Miami, wrapped in plastic bags and buried 3 feet deep. But here's the extraordinary thing. Throughout all of this, the breaches, the millions stolen, the lavish lifestyle, Gonzalez continues meeting with his Secret Service handlers. He continues providing information on other cyber criminals, and no one suspects a thing. January 2008. Multiple major data breaches have been reported. Banks are bleeding money. Consumers are panicking. The FBI, Secret Service, and Department of Justice launch a massive investigation. They begin analyzing the digital evidence, malware signatures, server locations, money trails. March 2008. Investigators catch a break. Stolen card numbers are being sold on underground forums. The transactions are being processed through web hosting companies and domain registrars. Follow the money. They trace payments to shell companies. The shell companies lead to bank accounts. The bank accounts lead to names. One name keeps appearing: Albert Gonzalez. April 2008. FBI agents pull Gonzalez's file. They discover he's a Secret Service informant. They inform the Secret Service. Shock, disbelief, denial. But the evidence is overwhelming. Wire transfers, chat logs, malware matching his signature techniques. The truth is undeniable. Albert Gonzalez has betrayed them. Which brings us back to where we started. May 7th, 2008. The National Hotel, Miami Beach. FBI agents breach the door at 9:47 a.m. Gonzalez is arrested without incident. Seized from his hotel room, 4 laptop computers containing evidence of the breaches, 11 USB drives, credit card data, hacking tools, and drugs, crack cocaine and Percocet. Within hours, additional raids occur. Patrick Toe is arrested in Miami, Christopher Scott in Tampa. International warrants are issued for the Ukrainian, Russian, Estonian, and Chinese co-conspirators. Forensic analysis of Gonzalez's computers reveals the full scope of his operation. September 2009. Facing overwhelming evidence, Gonzalez pleads guilty. He admits to all charges. He cooperates, providing details of the breaches and identifying co-conspirators. His lawyers argue for leniency. They claim Gonzalez was addicted to drugs, that he wasn't thinking clearly, that he's remorseful. March 25th, 2010. The sentencing hearing. Gonzalez addresses the court. I wish I could go back in time and change things. I wish I had never started down this path. I'm sorry to everyone I hurt. Judge Patty Saris is unmoved. The defendant's crimes were breathtaking in their scope and their harm. The sentence must reflect the seriousness of the offense and provide adequate deterrence, says the judge. The sentence: 20 years in federal prison. 2 concurrent 20-year sentences, one for the TJX breach, one for the Heartland breach. At the time, it's one of the longest sentences ever imposed for cybercrime. The Albert Gonzalez case changed everything. Within months of his sentencing, major corporations overhauled their security systems. The payment card industry implemented mandatory security standards. Those chip cards in your wallet, the ones that you insert instead of swipe, those exist largely because of Albert Gonzalez. Chip cards use encrypted data that changes with each transaction, making them nearly impossible to duplicate. But perhaps the most significant change was within law enforcement itself. Today, Albert Gonzalez is incarcerated at the Federal Correctional Institution in Milan, Michigan. The stolen money? Most of it was never recovered. The $1.1 million buried in Gonzalez's parents' backyard was seized. But the millions more he earned? Gone, laundered through cryptocurrency and international accounts. Albert Gonzalez betrayed the FBI. He betrayed the Secret Service. He betrayed the trust placed in him. But perhaps most significantly, he betrayed the millions of ordinary people whose financial information he stole. His crimes cost businesses hundreds of millions. They cost consumers their sense of security. They cost law enforcement their trust in informants. But they also forced a reckoning, a recognition that in the digital age, security cannot be an afterthought, that trust must be verified, that the tools we use to catch criminals can also be used by criminals themselves.